This is NDTV and you're watching NDTV Prime. Hello and welcome. You're watching The Property Show. This is the show where our expert gives you the best buys in your budget. Where to buy your dream home or where to invest for better returns, you ask and we answer. And to do that, we have with us Nemunisa Khan, Head Research and Consultancy South, lies for us. Welcome to the show, Nemun. But before we start taking your calls, let's take a look at the headlines. In a major push to affordable housing, government brings mid-income group under the home loan subsidy available in Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana along with EWS and LIG category. Home buyers urge new Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh to revoke what they term as diluted RERA and notify fresh rules along the lines of Centre's Act. Prime property in Ghaziabad under 1 crore. Also options for you in Gurgaon in 1 crore plus budget. We also travel to east of India to City of Joy to evaluate few affordable projects. Then we travel across to west and find out homes that are worth your money in Mumbai. Also, we travel to south of India towards Hyderabad and give you best budget homes that fit your pocket. In a major boost to affordable housing, the government released operational guidelines for the middle income groups availing home loan subsidy under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. 70 primary lending institutions, including banks, housing finance companies and microfinance institutions, entered into MOUs with National Housing Bank for implementation of the scheme. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in his address to the nation on New Year's Eve, had announced the launch of a new interest subsidy scheme for MIG along with the EWS and LIG categories.
I would like to see that this housing for all becomes a mass movement. So I can imagine the happiness, and particularly in the present context of owning a house, is really a dream to realize. On the one hand, it is felt need of every Indian to own a house in his lifetime. The Housing for All by 2022 mission of the Government of India is a major initiative to enable individual households.
An upbeat housing minister and a government committed to provide a roof over every head by 2022. And in order to push this agenda, mid-income group category with an annual household income of up to 18 lakh rupees has been brought under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana.
I feel really very happy, particularly in the context of we releasing the guidelines for the CLSS, for the MIG and LIG. These operational guidelines have been awaited for long. Fortune should not only reach the bottom of the pyramid, it should reach the middle of the pyramid also. Because the middle class in India, they are an important component and they do a lot of things and they add to the nation's wealth, health and also to knowledge.
Home loan up to 9 lakhs on a household income of 12 lakhs per annum will be entitled for a subsidy of 4%, while home loan up to 12 lakhs on a household income of up to 18 lakhs per year will get a rebate of 3% under the new guidelines of the credit-linked subsidy scheme. Some of the top lending institutions who have joined hands with the government say that interest of all the stakeholders in affordable housing is increasing by the day.
We clearly see that you are seeing a great amount of momentum getting gathered, and it's not just only a push which is coming from the government, but you are seeing momentum either by way of customers or by way of lending institutions, and to that extent we have also seen more developers coming and saying that look, how can we build houses which get qualified for this interest subsidy scheme.
To own a house is every Indian's dream, and property pundits believe that large-scale incentivization of affordable housing will boost sluggish real estate sector. The banks and other lending institutions are also adopting a proactive approach in this regard. With camera person Manjunath, Ashmika Singh for NDTV.
We also spoke to the MD and CEO of the National Housing Bank on how this will impact the affordable housing segment and what does it mean for the government's mission of housing for all by 2022. NHB is the nodal agency to implement credit-linked subsidy scheme.
MIG 1 is income levels up to 12 lakhs per annum, MIG 2 is 18 lakhs per annum. The whole idea is historic because for the first time, probably in any country, I have not seen at least in any other country, the middle income group or the middle class as we call it has been subsidized. So when you take a home loan, for the MIG 1, you get subsidized up to 9 lakhs and the other one gets subsidized up to 12 lakhs. 9 lakhs get subsidized up to 4% and 12 lakhs get subsidized up to 3%. So if you say my income is 12 lakhs, today if you go to a bank and assuming you do not have any other borrowings, you will have about 36 lakhs of eligibility, roughly. It could be 35 to 40 lakhs depending on the bank. And similarly on the 18 lakhs, you will have 50 to 55 lakhs. Now there, if you get a subsidy, this if up to 12 lakhs and 9 lakhs, this essentially makes your interest rates come down by literally about another 100 basis points. But that is a way of speaking because actually how the subsidy will be passed to you is the moment they claim, you go to a bank, your loan is disbursed, the bank comes and claims, we discount the subsidy upfront and pass it on to the bank, which passes on to your account. It should be viewed with the budgetary announcements made for the affordable housing segment. The moment you combine both, where the builders got what they wanted, essentially the 600 square feet is carpet, which means it can go up to 1,000 square feet, right, which is a very big thing. The stock they hold is not taxed as a rented this one in their hands. And there has been benefits on capital gains. If you compile with all this, it's a great move. And it's the best time probably for an individual to buy a property.
So one more question. Minister, in his speech, he briefly showed his unhappiness over the CLSS allocation across India. So how do you plan to take it forward? Because the general complaint is that the penetration to the target audience is not as it is supposed to be.
Right. See, what we are saying is ultimately the financial institutions have to do it. We are only a CNA who administers whatever comes to us. But we had done about 17 workshops, and in this 426 crores, 82% has come from the housing finance institutions. So I think the banks need to take a little more active interest in doing it, so it would at least double this amount.
Right, sir. And the last question, that this government's grand vision of housing for all by 2022, and you are a stakeholder in that. So what is your outlook? Is this target achievable? What is the progress?
See, I have a very simple thing. Any target or goal has to be set at a high where you aspire and run for it. And I ask only this, why do we even think it is not achievable? Right? Today, 20 lakhs has been funded by the HOPA. There is easily another 20 or 30 lakhs properties which are coming up in this segment on the private sector. Right? I don't have an exact number, but I'm just putting a number to it because we don't have data on that. But once you have it, it's definitely been achievable. I don't see a problem. And I'm saying at the worst, even if we stop at the 85% or 90% mark on this, it is not a bad thing at all. It is much better than what we were. And look at housing. Even at a 50 lakh houses has the ability to have 250 ancillary industries. It will just push up the economy on that.
And now it's time to answer your queries, and we have our first caller with us. We have Gaurav Agarwal. Gaurav, please go ahead and ask your question.
Thanks for taking my question. I want to buy a 2 or 3 BHK flat in Vaishali, Ghaziabad, and I have shortlisted a few properties. And to name them, Panchsheel Pebbles, Royce Vaishali, Nandini Metro Suites. It'll be great if you can advise me which one should I go for.
Absolutely. So, Nemun, Vaishali is the area that he's interested in, and he's already done his research. He has a list of all the properties that he likes. So, first about the area, and then what do you think about the options that he has chosen?
Yeah, I think in terms of area, he's chosen a very decent area. I mean, it has excellent infrastructure. It's very livable. The social and physical infrastructure is well established in this location. And even if you look at the data points, the average price out here is around 5,900 rupees per square foot. All the projects I think that he's chosen are also having good connectivity, location advantages, and are also along the similar price points. So I think in terms of project and locations, you're right there. And even if you look at the inventory overhang, it's not very high. It's around 14 months only. The available units are only 1,000 in this micro market. And if you see the analyzed returns, they have been at 0.7% in the past 2 years. But looking at the current inventory overhang, we feel that this market will pick up very soon, because there's hardly any supply here and the demand is very high of this locality. So I think it's a good investment. You should go ahead with this location. Coming to ranking the projects that you have chosen, there is Nandini, Metro Suites, Panchsheel, Pebble, and Royce Vaishali. I think we've ranked Nandini Metro Suites as one, as it's a ready to move in project and it is right behind the Vaishali metro station. So I think this project gains the maximum points. The second one, Panchsheel Pebble, is the one that we would like to put second. Again, he's a decent builder. Project is close to the Shoppix Mall, and construction is already at a decent level, so you will get possession also very soon. And the third we would rank is Royce Vaishali, mainly also because it's a low-rise development and the construction is at early stage. So if you're paying that kind of a price point, you would rather want to go for something which is nearing completion.
Nemuna has already given you a ranking, and let's go by that order. Quickly take a look at the price that you're getting and the unit size that you're getting over there. So the first one is Nandini Metro Suites. It's by Nandini Built Homes, and the price range over there is 6,250 to 6,699 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK, in case you want to buy a 2 BHK, it's 1,125 square foot. So this is one option for you. The second one in order of ranking is Panchsheel Pebbles, and here the price is 6,200 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK ranges from 1,025 to 1,135 square foot. So, and the third option is the one that you have chosen is Royce Vaishali, and the price that you're getting over here is 5,500 rupees per square foot, and the unit size here is 1,550 to 1,600 square foot. This is for a 3 BHK. So these are the three options that you had yourself chosen, and we've given you a ranking for this. Now let's go ahead with our next question. We have an email sent to us by Nitin Navdekar, and he has a budget of 60 to 75 lakhs in that area, and he's chosen Dhanori Road in Pune, and he wants to buy a 3 BHK. He's already shortlisted Brahma Sky City. Nemun, it's for his self-use, and he needs something that is delivered to him within 6 months. In fact, he says that budget is not really a constraint. So what do you think about the area and also the project?
See, Anjali, this area which he's talking, Dhanori, it's currently not a developed location, but its proximity to Pune International Airport is it's very good. And if you see the growth direction, like right now the markets around Dhanori, it's all saturated. So eventually there'll be a demand that will trickle towards Dhanori in future. And in fact, a lot of tier 1 developers have a huge amount of land banks in this area. So the future of the area is actually very bright. So I think in terms of location, if he's looking at a futuristic point of view, this is a decent location to be in. It's close to the Falke Chowk as well. If you look at the data points, the average price is around 4,415 rupees per square foot. I think if you compare Brahma City, it might be priced slightly higher, but nevertheless, the location of the Brahma City is excellent, and it is also going to get completed at the end of this year. So if you compare that, I think the price point is quite justified. The annualized returns that this market has seen has been around 1.3% in the last 2 years. The inventory overhang is slightly high, but this is a futuristic location, so you need to hold on to the property for at least 5 years to get a meaningful return on your investment. So I think this is a suggestion that we would give you about Dhanori. Coming to some more comparable options that you can look at within this area, which is comparable to Brahma City, Sky City as well. I think we have chosen Pride Ashiana Phase 2, and the second project that we have chosen is Balaji Mesmero. I think both these projects are ready to move in projects, and they might be priced slightly lower than Brahma Sky City as well, as the location is not as good. But I think these are also two good options that you can consider.
So let's quickly take a look at the price, which might be lower, as Nemun is saying. So the first one is Pride Ashiana Phase 2, and the price that you're getting here is 4,900 rupees per square foot. The unit size for a 3 BHK is 1,400 square foot. The second option that Nemun has got for you is Balaji Mesmero, and this is by Balaji World. The price that you're getting here is 4,600 rupees per square foot, and a 3 BHK is of the size of 1,380 square foot. So these are the two options in case you are interested, apart from your own choice. Now we want to remind you that if you're looking for a property and you need any advice on buying or selling, then you do write to us at property@ndtv.com. But don't forget to leave your full name and contact number so that we can get in touch with you. Let's go ahead and take our next caller on air. We have Ramdas Shelar with us. Ramdas, please go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, hi ma'am. So I'm thinking of investing in 2.5 BHK at Tilakang in Chembur, Mumbai.
Okay.
And I'm considering Godrej Central Tower. Can you help me with the options? My budget is like 1.6 crore, 1.9 crore.
Okay.
And can you suggest me options in and around this area in Chembur?
Absolutely. So Chembur is where he wants to put his money, Nemun, and Godrej Central Tower is what he likes. So what do you think about the area and also the project?
Chembur is a very decent location that he's picked. In fact, if you see, it is developing as it was initially a residential area, and now there's a demographic upliftment in this area. So there is a lot of high-end apartment projects that have come in and around Chembur, and it has still maintained its greenery when compared to the other parts of the city. So I think the price average price that you will pay here for buying the apartment will be around 1.6 to 1.9 crore in that range, with an average price of around 14,487 rupees per square foot, which is pretty decent with the kind of returns that you will get in Chembur. In fact, if you see the annualized returns that has been in the last 2 years, it's been around 1.2%. At this price point, it is pretty decent, and with the future phase of metro joining Chembur as well, the prices in this area are definitely going to move in the upward direction in future. But I think you should look at a long-term horizon if you're investing in Chembur. The current inventory overhang is around 90 months, which translates to around 8 to 10 years. So I think that's the kind of horizon that you should maintain. And coming to the project that you selected, Godrej Central, I think it's a fantastic project. It's a reputed developer. It's bang on Santa Cruz Chembur link, and also it's walkable distance from the Tilak Nagar railway station. So in terms of connectivity, builder, amenities, I think you've chosen a decent project, and you should definitely go ahead with it. But if you want to look at some more comparable options, I think we've chosen two more projects for you, which have the similar construction advantages and the connectivity advantages as well. The names are Eastern Heights and the Orion. While Eastern Heights is located on the PL Lokhande Marg, which is in Deemnagar, the Orion is located exactly on Eastern Express Highway. It's on Siddharth Nagar Colony, and I think this project can be very much comparable to Godrej. So I think you should definitely visit and then take a decision.
You know about the location. Now let's take a look at the price and the unit size that you're getting. First up is Eastern Heights, and the price that you're getting is 11,000 rupees per square foot. In case you opt for a 2 BHK, the size that you get is 1,336 square foot. The second option that Nemun has got for you is the Orion. This is by Rupa Rail Group. The price over here is 14,000 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK is 1,350 square foot. So these are the two options that you can go for in case you want something more than what you chose. Now let's go ahead to our next question. We have an email from Rajesh Ghosh. He has a budget of 35 lakhs and he wants to invest in Kolkata. He wants a 2 BHK in Rajarhat area and wants a property that will get completed by 2019 or 2020 and wants something that has all the amenities like power backup, lift, parking facilities, everything, Nemun. So, Nemun, what do you think about Rajarhat and what projects do you think will offer him everything that he wants?
Certainly, Anjali. See, actually, if you look at Kolkata market as a whole, the old Kolkata, especially where there's established social infrastructure, it's a physical infrastructure. You can say it's on a crumbling stage. And Rajarhat being a newly planned area, in terms of physical infrastructure, roads, and even modern amenities and infrastructure, everything is available in Rajarhat. So initially, it did become popular as an investor-driven market, because it was in the peripheral location, but as and how it has got developed, a lot of end users are pouring into this market. So I think in terms of location, if he's looking at 35 lakhs, it might be just all right for a 2 BHK. He might have to settle for a compact 2 BHK in this market. And I think in a compact size, he'll have a couple of options. So I think that's how we have done our research. Coming to the data points that this market has, the average price is around 3,610 rupees per square foot. The inventory overhang is slightly high. It's around 51 months, translating to around 11,000 available units in this market, which is directly reflected on the annualized returns. The annualized return in the market has been almost minus 3% in negative. This is mainly because of a lot of new launches coming in the market at discounted price. So I think again, if you are considering an investment in this market, then you should keep a horizon of at least 4 to 5 years so that the inventory overhang is normalized. Coming to the projects which fit to your budget, and also like the construction stage is also decent of these projects. We've chosen Freshia, which is in the Nairanpura locality, which is very close to the airport. And if you don't mind traveling a little, then I think the rainforest is also a good option. The project is located on Karabari Road and it lies almost 13 kilometers from the airport, but it's a decent project. You can have a visit on this project as well. And then the third project which we've suggested is Magnolia Oxygen. This project is also on the same road, and it's actually 11 kilometers from the international airport at the junction. And in fact, in this project, the superstructure work is already on, and the possession will be by 2018. So construction-wise, I think Magnolia Oxygen is the first one that you may get in the list that we have suggested.
Okay, so let's take a look at the list, and let's take a look at the prices that all these projects are retailing at. The first one is Freshia, and here the price is 3,651 rupees per square foot, and in case you are opting for a 2 BHK, the size is 892 square foot. The second one is the Rainforest by Mount Hill Realty, and here the price is 3,500 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK is 1,060 square foot. And the third option, Magnolia Oxygen, this is by Magnolia Infrastructure. The price here is 3,300 rupees per square foot, and the unit size for a 2 BHK is 945 square foot. It's time for a short break now, but when we come back, we get you why the home buyers are writing to the newly appointed UP Chief Minister regarding the RERA.